Hey, muy buenas amigos y amigas. Aquí estamos con el capítulo 5 de The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. He salido del campamento de los soldados. No hacía falta grabar eso. Llevo la cabeza del grifo aquí todavía, no sé, no entiendo. No sé bien el por qué. Se suponía que se le íbamos a dar al soldado ese. Y vamos a continuar con la misión. Quita el medio, hombre. Bueno. Vamos a ver qué pasará ahora. Ahora se quieren ir del huerto blanco ese.
Faster.
¿Esto qué es? ¿Una carreta aquí abandonada?
Faster.
Hay cosas.
Slow now.
Está abandonada, ¿no? Quita, hombre. ¿Qué hace? Quiero desmontar. Se está abandonada. Para mí, todo lo que haya. Vale, solo había un objeto. Ah, no, hay otro. ¿Aquí hay algo? Sí. Vámonos, sardinilla.
Faster. Go, go.
¿Sabes qué? Que le den morcilla a los aldeanos estos. Les voy a ayudar. Persigue un... ¿Y esta de aquí qué? Aquí abandonada.
Whoa there, Roach.
¿Hay cosillas dentro o no? Vaya, hombre, no hay nada. No hay nada de nada. Vamos, sardina. Que hay un lobo ahí.
Querida.
Uy, el niño. El niño, ya verás tú cómo venga el lobo. Se va a quedar. Te van a comer los lobos, niño.
Whoa there, Roach.
¿Qué canta, niño? Vamos a coger todas las cosas estas.
What do you say? Who taught you that?
Jetty.
Now listen carefully. Never to sing that rhyme again. Never. you're not to play with Chetty no more.
Quita, niño. Quita de en medio. Me cago en tu padre.
Little fool will get us all killed. I see you, little razor.
El caballo no le habíamos comprado algo para que caigo yo. Y estas cosas, a ver, que no hemos trasteado nada y tenemos aquí muchas cosas. A ver. ¿Esto qué es? Entrada de vestido. Vale. Uf, tenemos muchas cosas, ¿eh? No sé. El capitán ese me ha dado mucho dinero, me parece. Estos libros creo que ya los hemos leído. Sí.
Freak.
Vamos a ver el bestiario ese. Lobo, perro. Madre mía. Madre mía. Están guapos los monstruos estos, la verdad. Bueno.
Go, go.
Ahora tenemos dinerito. Nos ha dado dinero el capullo ese.
Not so fast.
¿Qué haces? No, hombre, que quiero bajar. Vaya, hombre.
Take it easy.
Hola, compañero.
Greetings.
A ver si me llega para algo, hombre. Solo 171, pues si no me había dado 300. $230. Esto me interesa porque sube la armadura un montón. 194. 11 y 10. Y las monedas estas que tengo ahí, ¿cómo me las darán? En el banco de Vivaldi de Novigrado. Y estos también. Bueno, hasta luego.
Freak.
Venga, va.
Yennefer's in
Hostia,
Vizima.
misión fallida.
Friends
¿De
there,
qué?
so something wrong.
Look around. Trouble brewing.
Who are they?
Patriots. Drinking their 7th round for Tamaria. Fist starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
They'll find another foe. I'll buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once.
Pecosa.
What happened to the lilies?
Took him down.
Took them down to hang a golden sun there now.
Mira las
How much
pecosas.
show Temerian colours? They'll come and burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to my sister attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath.
Qué mala leche.
You don't fear it, you cunt!
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You all right?
They say witches steal young'uns. That true? What the Emperor promised you freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
Madre mía, no sabéis dónde os metéis.
And neither are you.
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
Toma ya, trofeo. Carnicero de Blacky, no sé qué. Toma ya, hombre. Ahora es su marido. De la... Ah, no. ¿Qué pasa ahora, Pecosa?
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
See his face! God save us!
Be gone, and don't ever come back.
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
brawl. We didn't start it.
Ah, mira dónde está la churri.
About a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me. I might have waited until you found me, but... well, you know me. Patience has never been my strong suit. It's... good to see you, Geralt. I'd even embrace you. Were you not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
How did you imagine it?
You didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima.
Jenny, que llevo soñando contigo en cuero desde el principio del juego.
Spent the last 6 months in the saddle. Haven't seen you for 2 years. Can't we take a moment to...
Sadly, we cannot. Someone awaits you, Geralt. Someone who doesn't like to be kept waiting. Emperor Emir var Emrys. Or, to those on more intimate terms with him, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse.
I didn't, though I could have.
Must have been a damn good offer then. Not many things you'd give up your freedom for, and even fewer people.
The sooner we set off, the sooner you'll find out.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite direction. I somehow doubt the...
How's your horse? Swift?
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
¿Qué pasa con Sardinilla? Hasta luego, Luca. Ten cuidado con el bosque, Bueno, nos vamos de aquí. ¿Veis cómo soy yo con ella?
Just the beginning.
But then.
Bueno. ¿Eso qué es? Qué guapo esto, tío. Parecen los Nazgûl. Al final nos quedamos yo y la Jenny solos. Es previsible total, porque los acompañantes siempre son unas patatas.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Bueno, a ver qué nos depara esto. Bueno, ya empezamos. Míralo el tío, que bien se lo pasa. Bueno, ya han venido estos a cortarle el rollo.
It must suffice.
Think Emir cares if I'm clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all.
Has venido a cortarme el rollo, capullo.
The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
The what now?
In that chair. Catwin, please shave the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
¿Por qué me tienes que afeitar?
What's wrong with my...
Elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Been on the road a while. Fine, do your thing.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
Bueno, supongo que ahora podremos usar el DLC.
And prepare to answer some questions. Morvran Voris, commander of the Alba Division. Before they take you in to see the Emperor, Witcher, there's some information I need you to verify.
Parece que dice Valar Morgulis.
But one that must be
Valar Morgulis.
Sure. Paperwork's gotta be in order.
So, Geralt of Rivia. Place of birth unknown. Parents unknown. Age unknown. All insignificant details. Let us proceed to more recent events.
Cuidado con la navaja.
Siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
A ver, ¿qué dice esto? ¿Esto qué es? Es que yo no sé lo que pasó. Eso será desde Witcher 2. Bueno, lo maté.
Full test ordered me to clear the path. The boy stood in my way.
Cutting down the La Valette heir. This made no impression on you?
El Matarreyes.
Suppose it wouldn't.
Asesino de reyes, el Matarreyes.
An assassin of kings.
Hasta que me digan la Yennefer. Bueno, y ni qué contar.
Most interesting is yet to come. Go on, next question, before my beard grows back in.
We shall shave you again if it does. Very well. The infamous summit at Loch Muin. You were there. And once again meddled in the affairs of the mighty.
Parece el nombre de una chica.
The mighty had imprisoned Triss Marigold. Ought to know I care about her, and I tend to rescue those I care about.
And so you did, handing Radovid control of the
Qué pesado.
Council of Mages in the process.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
The gentleman must sit still. I'm almost done.
I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, Shortly afterwards, you watched a defective megascope blow your friend Sheila de Tanserville to bits.
I watched her get in the megascope, but ultimately freed her from the trap your man Letho of Gullet had set. Write that down. I want to be sure the paperwork's in order now.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches included.
Well, that alliance has been dissolved, irrevocably. I killed Letho in Loch Muin.
So we heard. It's a good thing you did. Saved our agents some messy and difficult work. I believe that is all. Your signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc., etc. Here and here.
With these formalities.
Shame. I might have given you some advice. So long, Geralt. Good luck with your audience.
A ver qué actúa.
Feels more like I'm being readied for a wedding.
Were that so, I would have prepared the gentleman a frock, a tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the
Trajes más
gentleman will
feos.
choose from these garments.
Dame mi ropa, hombre.
Where are my clothes?
Pensaba que iba a decir
Where they should have gone long ago,
incinerar.
with the laundress.
Incinerado.
They will be returned to you after the audience, clean and starched. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit.
Vaya traje. A ver, ¿cuál es más feo? Los cogemos todos y así los podemos vender. Vale, ya estoy listo. Voy a ir así. ¿Qué te parece?
This might come as news
Voy
to the
elegante.
gentleman, but the towel wrapped around one's waist is not fitting attire for an audience.
Si estoy de lujo
The
así.
gentleman will kindly dress.
Venga, hombre, quita del medio. Yo voy así porque me sale de los huevos. Venga. Vaya, hombre. A ver, hay más cosas aquí para robarte. ¿Esto qué es? Ya que me están molestando, te voy a robar todo lo que pueda, hombre. Es que hay aquí.
A shame I have no time.
Todo lo que pueda me llevo, vaya. Me están molestando aquí, afeitándome, haciéndome poner una ropa de mierda.
Directly out of modeling.
Pues te voy a robar todo.
Inconceivable. A A shame I have
Ya está, ya no hay nada más. Así, aquí. Anda. No, hombre, saquear. ¿Qué ha salido ahí? Ah, pues entonces ahí queda algo todavía. Anda, te he dejado la habitación limpia como una patena. A ver, tú, peíname. A ver, vamos a leer estos libros esos que hemos conseguido. Bueno, que hemos robado. Nos dan. Ay, vamos a vestirnos ya, a ver qué nos ponemos. Qué traje más frío. Las botas da igual. Pues ya está, ¿estás contento? ¿Estás contento ya?
And they say clothes do not make the man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
A studded doublet and a sword on my back, that's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes?
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
I'm not some boor. I know how to bow.
Please, demonstrate. That, sir,
¿Pero
is
qué
how
quiere?
you bow to a whore on a street corner, not to the Emperor of Nilfgaard. Please watch.
¿Y que me dé el lumbago?
Hand flat.
Venga ya,
head
hombre.
down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
Gotta be kidding.
Not at all. I am mortally serious. Does the gentleman know the penalty for breaches of etiquette in the Emperor's
200.
presence? 200 lashes. I do not wish that upon him.
Si yo no me acuerdo lo que me has dicho.
Until I am confident that he knows how
Qué
to
cabrón.
behave.
A ver, cogeremos la primera. A ver. No, así no era. Joder, es que...
Chin to chest.
Vale, era la más
The
simple,
gentleman
¿no?
will rehearse.
Ok.
Please, this is neither the time nor the place for such antics. The gentleman will watch
Te
carefully.
tomas por culo.
Leg extended, hand flat, head down,
Mierda.
chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse. Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings.
Oh, pesado. Barraco este. Voy a...
The gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Your arch magnificency.
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
A ver. ¿Quién son todos estos pitufos?
In grimi et art ketzer. Duifen aden in karn eb marvoet. Emir var emreis.
Ow.
Vale, contento.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep the orde.
Welchen Namen, wat gern favor?
Venga, patanes. Largo.
I thought you bowed before no man.
Didn't want to disappoint the Chamberlain. We're friends. Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cyrilla, she's returned. And she's in danger. The wild hunt pursues her.
¿Por qué me mandas de
You will find
niñera?
her and bring her to me.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why? Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her.
Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
A ver.
I need information, not motivation.
Ah, ¿es su hija?
Ciri leaves few tracks. She'll be hard to find.
My corps of spies will help you. Count on them and my army, should the need arise. Yennefer will tell you the rest.
Pensaba que era la
This
hija de
audience is
Gerard
finished.
este.
Mererid,
Como tenía...
take him to the sorceress.
Follow me, if the gentleman pleases. Please keep close.
Otra vez con el
There are many
capullo.
honorable guests in the palace, whom the gentleman
Disgusts.
need not bother.
Ahora no puedo hacer eso, no puedo ni saltar ni correr.
How does one hunt that sort of first thing in the morning, and it's
Hola,
past
hombre.
reason.
Calm yourself.
What? Do you know who you're talking to, soldier? I'm Herivard II, Prince of Elanda. Not only am I made to wait here like some supplicant.
Raadsliden enekt estun saur am neem.
Bueno, veremos el paisaje. A ver las mujeres de aquí. ¿Qué pasa a ti? ¿Te ves las muelas o qué?
Please stay with me.
Ver dentista, muchacho. Estoy con el trapo ese en la boca.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions. Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Ay, ¿qué quieres tú ahora? A ver, hijo mío. No, por aquí. Vale.
Yes? Then transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad is
No,
not the city council or the merchants guild, but the church of the eternal fire
Anda.
and the criminal underworld. At times it is difficult to tell the one from the other. They both display a similar ruthlessness and cynicism.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
You know what? I'll write the report myself. You'll need only prepare a clean draft. In triplicate.
Ya nos vienen bien los alimentos. Porque el grifo ese nos ha dejado... Nos ha dejado listos de alimentos.
Vedimin, directly out of Nordling Tales. Conceived.
A ver. Esta puerta estaba cerrada, ¿no? Pues ahora yo la... Ah, no, es donde está él. Vale.
Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
Hombre, tú estás mejor con pantalones.
One I might even take you up on.
Jenny.
But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
Ya ves, ha crecido.
How about that? She's grown up.
It's been years since you trained together at Kaer Morhen. A great deal has changed.
You haven't? Not a bit?
I missed those awkward compliments of yours. But let's focus on Ciri, all right?
Right. Emir said the Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd trick them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt, before the Wild Hunt does. I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do. It must be about her blood, her gift. As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I'd prefer not to think about it, really.
So where's Ciri been seen exactly?
In 2 places, Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords, secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe
Hombre,
this
pero
had
vente
something
conmigo.
to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Vente conmigo. Yo que digo, por fin me deshago del viejale este y me acompaña una churri.
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse? Let's drop it, all right? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
Un besillo, por lo menos, coño. Vaya.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed.
Te va a quemar los guantes, muchacha.
Get you there at once.
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback, as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Varatra. That's him over there. And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece.
Vaya mierda, beso. El del sueño era mejor. Vaya. ¿Qué va? Bueno. Pues como no me has dado recompensa, te lo voy a robar tú. Pues sí que ha cambiado la niña. ¿Y qué pasa aquí ahora?
Scars healed nicely.
Cuchillo de panosidad. ¿Pero esto qué es? Ah, mira, que hay cosillas por aquí. ¿Y estas cosas? ¿Por qué brillan? Cuántas cosas. ¿Cuántos libros? A ver, ¿qué más queda? Ahí queda algo. Bueno, pero si esto es lo mismo. Esto es lo mismo. Bueno. Pues ya está, ¿no? No podemos hacer nada. No se puede hacer nada más. Vamos ahí. Se necesita una llave, pero... Venga ya, hombre. Embajador era este, ¿no?
Ambassador von Nuestra. Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirn was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent
Joder, vaya rollo nos está
nor did he
soltando.
advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of two weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
That admiration I hear in your voice?
Radovid is our foe, but I cannot deny he is clever. He played us for fools, particularly dense ones at that. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
A ver, esto ya se lo he preguntado.
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse.
No me suelta otro rollo como el otro.
This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it
Se
flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries,
Vale, ya me he
burning
enterado.
villages.
No hace falta que digas más.
Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Stranger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron.
Muy bien.
I advise you well.
¿Ya está?
Avoid him.
Me da miedo preguntarle, me quedan 2 preguntas.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word,
Hombre, que quiero ver a la niña.
all deviants. I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
Venga, va. Resúmemelo.
What's new in Skellige?
Nothing. The
Los
islanders pride
isleños.
themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition,
Los hijos
as
del
their
hierro.
forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident.
Old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Muy bien, pues venga. Ya me has dado una lección.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your
Lección he aprendido contigo. Tú, devuélveme mis cosas.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe
¿Sabes
and
quién soy
sound,
yo?
as soon as possible.
Yeah,
La
mention
niña
something of the
llegará en
sort.
perfectas
So
condiciones.
long.
Misión sencilla. Pues después de la super charla que nos ha dado Capullo este, ya llevamos casi la hora. Espero que les haya gustado. Si ha sido así, ya sabéis, no digo más. Si no, todos los vídeos suelto el mismo rollo. Así que nada, hasta el siguiente capítulo y nos vemos. Chao.